The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to the Perceptual Shift Show. My name is James Quine. This is my brother,
Robbie, and I am a perceptual shifter as well and a life lover.
Indeed.
And I'm going to sludge down some of this life-loving black coffee.
Ooh, I just hit my microphone.
Get my motor running. We got to watch the slurps. I've noticed that in some of the other episodes. We slurp on
Yeah,
the
I've noticed
shows.
the slurps too. I'm okay with the slurp, though.
Really? Yeah, okay. It's a perceptual shift slurp, which is better than normal.
I'm a little bit slurpy anyway. All right, well, we're back here. We actually took a little bit of a break. For you guys, it's going to be weekly. We post weekly, but we took a break in between, had some stuff come up, and we're back at it. I actually celebrated my 64th birthday.
When I'm 64.
When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, do-do-do-do-do. Actually, I probably won't ever lose my hair.
No.
Hopefully, cross my
He's
fingers.
got the best hair, is perceptual shift hair.
I'm 64 and I feel like I'm 34.
Yeah.
No, really. I mean, I still surf, I skateboard, I love life. I love my life.
You are the coolest grandpa on Maui.
I love being a grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a chance to visit my granddaughter in Boston, Georgie.
Right.
That was awesome. I
Oh
visited.
my God, those pictures were fantastic.
Yeah, I visited.
She was
Annie.
all over you. She like wrapped herself around your head.
She's the best. She's the best. And then I come back to Maui and I get my little Leo with me. So
Yeah.
I've got an awesome life.
And a blind
excited.
dog named Kona.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
and
very
meanwhile, I
cute.
also went to Oahu and
Uh-huh.
met Luann Delisep's over there. We're on stage with her. We talked about the Love Hotel, which was
Excuse
fun.
me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luann.
And that was a lot of fun. I got
Wow.
a chance to do that. And I was the microphone holder, so I went to the audience and said,
That's so
"Do you have
great.
a question for Luann?" That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So what's been going on in the life of Robbie?
Were you dancing and shaking your money maker?
Afterwards, we actually went to a drag queen show
la
in
la.
Oahu, and we danced after. So
That's
disco dancing
great.
is always a fun thing to do.
You guys were the only straight couple in there. There might
Might have
have
been a couple people from her crew that were
Right.
there that were straight too.
No, it's so fun to go to drag
Yeah.
bars.
And we got a tip from somebody also about looking in the camera.
Right.
So we're going to try to look
Trying.
in the camera at you. We have a
Right.
tendency to look at each other and at the round.
it's true.
We've got the little signs that say "Look here" now.
With the little cheat sheets
The
and
whole
stuff. Yeah.
podcast experience is evolutionary, right?
It is so evolutionary and it's fun. It's an adventure. I'm way out of my comfort zone on this, but we're making it work. We're just being
Right.
ourselves and we're sharing from the heart.
Exactly. And so this is going to be, I think this is going to be our 30-something podcast. I can't
Wow.
even remember, but we're actually only recently started releasing them.
Right.
So even the releasing of the podcast is a big deal because you've got captions that are potentially
Oh
problems.
my God.
You've got to distribute it to Spotify, to Apple, and I have neither of us have any expectations about having millions of people or even hundreds or even tens of people watch the podcast. We're doing it because we just want to share our experience, strength, and hope.
Yeah.
But
It's
you
a
wanna-
labor of love around here at Perceptual
yeah,
Shift.
and you want to put your best foot forward.
Right.
I think that in one of the ones, I think it was the first one, we found like an area where the sound cut out from GarageBand
Yeah.
and it started just using the iPhone sound.
Yeah,
So
it was really reverby and
yeah, you never know what's going to go on.
yeah.
But we're life lovers no matter what. And we're
Yeah.
just grateful to be here with you guys today.
So and it's just technical difficulties. I
Yes.
mean the show is great. It just the sound got a little wonky there for a second.
Exactly. Before we get too far into this show, and time is running, obviously,
right.
we start all our shows out, as you know, if you've seen any before, by shifting our perception.
That's right.
Musically.
In a rock and roll kind of way.
Yeah. We try not to drop our glasses, but occasionally I do. So that's okay. We just roll with it, right?
That's right.
Grab our little guitars.
Uh-huh. perceptual shift.
This is sort of, we changed things around here a little bit. We got the black table.
Right.
We got the drapes over here. Because
Yes.
it was told to us we were too industrial. And we're going to try to get the guitar thing going.
We're trying
this new setup.
Give it a little facelift around here for you guys.
All right, so here's our little song to get the show started. Welcome to the Shift Show. Ready for the mind flow. You're gonna see the world in a brand new way. We'll show you how to love life. Eliminate your strife. You'll manifest all that you desire. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. It's a good way to bring in the show.
That's right.
Again. And we invite all you guys out there and gals and non-binaries
Shifter
to
and
shift with us.
And shifterettes.
Shifters and shifterettes to shift with us a little bit today.
That's right.
So the shift that we're talking about is shifting from negative to positive.
Thank you.
From pain to pleasure.
From uptightness to going with the flow.
From misery to happiness.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an easy choice.
Right. From anger to acceptance.
Right.
Yeah. And invite the abundance into your life because
Absolutely.
it's here for the taking. In fact,
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm sure most of you realize if you
That deserves a
think-
ding.
Thank you. If you realize, if you spend a little bit of time thinking about things you're grateful for, you'll find lots and lots of things.
It multiplies too.
Yeah.
There's this weird kind of alchemy about when I get into an attitude of gratitude, more gratitude starts pouring in.
Yeah, yeah. And
Does that happen for you too?
it happens for me
I'm
too.
just speaking for myself.
Yes, I was thinking that gratitude is in itself a form of abundance.
It's got a magnetic quality.
Yes, because if you can stay in the attitude of gratitude, that's abundant in and of itself because you're loving life.
Yeah.
I'm giving myself a ding for that
was
one.
just about to. You beat me to it. Yes.
Okay.
Gratitude is so awesome.
You're right.
Try
So-
it or deny it.
Exactly. Also, I wanted to say that this podcast, if you've seen the other ones, you know this already, the episodes, but it's based on the book that I wrote called The Perceptual Shift, How to Love Your Life and Manifest Abundance.
That gets a ding.
Thank you. You can buy it on Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble, lots of other places. You can also join us on Saturdays. We perceptually shift together. We go through the book together on Saturdays. So join us on Zoom. The description is the link is going to be inside the description of this podcast. But to get the passcode, you need to DM me on Instagram or TikTok at James M. Quine, Quine, and you can see some life hacks over there,
Right.
and some cool stuff.
Fantastic. By the way, James and I are doing the perceptual shift with you guys in real time on Saturdays. So we're running through the book it's as a collective, but it's really a very awesome meeting.
It is.
None of them have been duds. None of them have sucked.
No,
They're
because
all
we're-
very exciting and interesting
Yeah.
and multifaceted. Everyone's at a different place in their life, but we come together and we perceptually shift.
Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to see the book yet, the book has questions. So each section has questions. We answer the questions together. We uncover, discover, discard.
Love it.
It's awesome.
That's a ding.
Thank you. Also, if you want a signed copy, DM me on Instagram or TikTok. I'll sign a copy and send it out to you. And like, follow, subscribe to this channel if you dig it.
Right.
If you don't, you can just sign off. Right?
Right. Yeah.
We're just here to be of service and to help and to share what we got.
Yeah, try it, see if it resonates.
Yeah.
What about the Kindle version?
Oh, yes, I forgot. We do have a Kindle version. You want to tell them about that,
Yeah,
Robbie?
the Kindle version, if money's tight, and I feel you on that sometimes, Kindle version is only like a couple of rubles. It's very cheap. And go to the like CVS or some little drugstore place and get a journal to write your perceptual shifts in, because that's part of the cathartic process, and it really is a game changer, in my opinion.
I
I mean,
agree.
reading it will help,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. But it's other level when it's
Right.
kind of used as a workbook, which is kind of the way you design this, correct?
Actually, that's why it was difficult for me. I'm still not even done doing the audiobook
Right.
because it's a little bit awkward in the beginning to wrap my head around how I can share with you how incredible it is to write down what's
Right.
going on and to see it on paper.
Yeah.
It comes out of your brain onto paper, and suddenly it either loses its power if it's something that's hurting you or negative, and it empowers you if it's something positive like gratitude. So the power of the pen is phenomenal when it comes to manifesting abundance and learning to love your life. Thank you.
Powerful.
Yes, very powerful. That being said, what I'm doing is I'm just asking people to consider these questions,
Right.
and take a moment to think about them.
Yeah.
And, it's a start. And it's
Sure.
also nice to listen, to books on tape and things like that. I
Right.
do that all the time.
Yeah, me too. I
So-
love it. I'm very teachable at this point in my life.
Yeah. So let's get into the book because this is a juicy one today.
Yes, it is.
And we're going to get into the hula hoop today.
Yes, we are.
So if you've
Love
never
it.
heard about the hula hoop, get
life hack.
ready.
It's my favorite life hack that Jim
Get
starts.
ready. It's a life
Yes.
hack. Yeah, it's a good life hack too.
Where can they see that life hack?
They can see
On
it on Instagram or
Facebook
TikTok.
and stuff?
Probably on Facebook. Yeah, I know Instagram and TikTok for sure.
Okay, cool.
All right, we're on page 45.
Highly recommended the hula hoop life hack.
Yeah, you're gonna
It's
hear
my
You're
favorite.
gonna hear about it today.
Okay.
Okay, we're in the art of reframing, the chapter called the art of reframing, and this is called the principles of reframing. Recognize that your initial interpretation of a situation is not the only one. There are countless ways to view any experience. If you're uncomfortable with the way you're perceiving an event, someone's words or actions, or even a feeling, take a moment to pause and explore alternative interpretations. Shifting how you frame the situation can lead to deeper understanding, emotional balance, and more constructive responses, right?
Yeah.
And this goes all the way back to things we've talked about before, which is pausing when agitated.
Right.
Give yourself, some grace between what you feel like saying and what you actually say.
Absolutely.
Okay, so focus on what you control. Reframing often involves shifting your focus from what is beyond your control to what you can influence. And I think you talked about the other day when we were with a bunch of people, you were talking about we're only responsible for our attitudes, our actions, our words. We have no ability to control or really even barely influence everything outside of that.
Right. That's going back to the hula hoop.
Yes, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
Okay. Blaming is a red flag.
Yes.
We talk about how blaming and shaming are
Right.
intertwined, right?
Yeah.
It often signals an out of control mindset, an opportunity to practice reframing. Ironically, when we're blaming someone else, we might feel like we're really in control. Hey, you're just an
Yeah,
idiot. It's your fault. I'm in control and I'm telling you what you are. But ultimately, it means that we're spiritually not centered.
Right. It is ironic because it feels like control, but it's a false sense of power.
It is. And anger is that way too.
Yes.
right?
And it can have a life of its own and usually causes a lot of damage. It can end relationships.
Yes.
A little outburst like that, saying something very cruel, can devastate a relationship. And it's hard to repair sometimes.
It's hard to take back.
Almost impossible. Yeah. They'll keep track of that for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like,
or
remember?
life.
Yeah.
I've known people that are angry at a relative 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Something that happened in a party or something.
Sure.
By focusing exclusively on what's within your control rather than trying to control people, places, or things, you can redirect your energy toward more empowering actions like letting go, setting boundaries, detaching with love,
These are all ding-worthy.
ding, ding, dings, and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively.
So smart.
Before my adventure into loving life and this whole movement that we're all about, manifestation and everything, I automatically reacted to life and people. Whatever I felt in the moment as a result of outside circumstances or people, places, things, situations, bam, it just happened. I didn't even think that I was in control of my words or actions. I didn't even think I was in control of how I thought or felt.
It came out like barf.
Yes, just
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to
Right.
avoid if we want to love our life.
Yes. Yes. That's important.
It is. Think of your personal power as existing within a hula hoop.
Hula hoop.
That's right. Around you.
Hula hoop gets a ding.
So imagine the hula hoop. Everything inside the hoop, your thoughts, actions, reactions, and your perceptions is within your control. However, the moment you step beyond that space, outside of your hula hoop, trying to control external circumstances or others, you're playing with fire.
That is such a good metaphor, the hula hoop.
So
Everything
good.
inside the hula hoop is my responsibility.
It feels like when other people behave in certain situations that it comes into my hula hoop, but that's not necessarily accurate. That's
Right.
my interpretation, my perception, my
Sure.
feeling. Do I want to accept
Yes.
their anger, their resentment, their blame into my hula hoop, or do I want to detach with love?
I always have a choice.
Always have a
If people
choice.
throw stuff at me, I can take a pause when agitated, pause when upset, pause when excited.
Have you ever had somebody that tells you, well, how would it feel if somebody said something really mean to you? That goes right into my hula hoop.
Right.
It feels like it's going in your hula hoop.
Yeah.
Right? So let me ask you a question, bro. If somebody yells at you or is treating you disrespectfully, doesn't that like go into your hula hoop?
It feels like it does, but it doesn't. That's just their stuff.
That's their stuff.
And
Okay.
if I choose to accept it,
Right. So if you react against it, you go out of your hula hoop.
right.
So they might be trying to get into your hula hoop.
I think they really are. Yeah, they're trying to kind of poke you a little
It's
bit.
kind of like a bully that's shouldering
It
you.
feels like a bully.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're giving unsolicited advice and they're kind of being dicks.
Yeah, I'm going to say to everybody, it's not easy
Yeah.
to
Thank
not
you.
react.
Let's keep it real. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to not feel hurt
Sure.
or sad
Or attacked.
frustrated. Yeah, I mean, we're humans. We have
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah.
The question is, are we reacting to those emotions?
Right.
So if somebody calls me an idiot
You're
and
not
I feel bad,
right.
okay? Let's say it's somebody that I think loves me and
Right.
they call me an idiot. It's normal for me to feel bad.
Yeah. That's not nice.
But if I take that breath,
yeah. Thank you.
I can realize that their words are a reflection. Their words are a direct reflection of where they are spiritually
Right.
in that moment.
Sure.
And they're basically spiritually messed up
Yeah.
in a
I
bad
think
place.
so. They're being unkind.
So the question then becomes, do I want to join them?
Right.
Do I want to jump into their hula hoop, or do I want to try to get in that hula hoop? I don't want any part of it.
And they might be trying to stir up some drama.
Exactly. So again, the last part of the last sentence says, rather than reacting impulsively.
Right.
And this is really what loving life is all about, is not reacting impulsively.
Thank you.
Yeah. The need to exert control where you have none often triggers resistance, conflict, or frustration. You may notice an external reaction from others, but the most significant reaction will always be within yourself. Stress, anxiety, or resentment, because trying to control the uncontrollable is a losing battle. When you stay inside your hula hoop, you reclaim your energy, peace, and power, allowing others the space to do the same.
Right.
So powerful.
Yeah.
The same concept.
It sounds like self-care.
It is self-care.
Yeah.
The same concept applies to living in the past or future. When your focus begins to dwell on regrets or anxieties about the future, You overlook the only place where life is truly happening, the present moment.
Present.
It's no coincidence that I can't turn the page. Hold on. It's no coincidence that you're going to give me a ding for not turning the page.
No, I'm waiting for the juicy part. I know it's coming.
It's no coincidence that the present is also called the gift. That's right. Staying in your hula hoop also means embracing what's here and now, where your choices, growth, and joy actually exist, in the here and now.
Right.
That's where all the juicy good stuff is.
That's the good stuff.
That's where the abundance is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the tomorrow,
Right.
Or yesterday. It's in the right now.
The right now, alive moment.
Yes.
It's living. You can. It feels like it's alive. It's got so many choices and so many options. Like if someone's being crab salad to me, I don't have to get on that boat and be crab salad back to them. Like who's got the best crab salad? Screw that. I'm too old for that, and I don't want to buy into that.
You don't want to be a crabby salad.
I'm not interested.
You don't want to eat the crabby salad.
No.
I kind of like crab salad.
Really?
You don't?
I'm not really into it.
No? Well, I don't eat it anymore because now I'm a vegetarian. But I
Yeah.
used to. All right. Enough with the crab salad.
Yeah.
The next part says challenge assumptions. Challenge assumptions. And this means our own assumptions.
Yeah.
Question the beliefs and assumptions that underlie your initial perspective. Are they accurate? Are they serving you? Do they make you feel grounded and empowered? If not, switch it up. If my assumption leaves me feeling upset, frustrated, hurt, sad, unhappy, I can switch my assumption up.
Just like a light switch.
Exactly. Embrace curiosity. Approach reframing with an open and curious mindset.
I love that.
Me too. Ask yourself, what else could this mean? Is there another way I could look at this that doesn't leave me or anyone else feeling bad?
Right.
This is in learning how to interpret things differently.
Sure.
We talked about this in an earlier episode. Someone's walking down the street.
Right.
You wave to them across the street,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't even wave back to you.
They blow you off. Yeah.
Yeah. Your interpretation is they're mean, they don't like me. I did something wrong.
Right.
Somehow I hurt them.
It was disrespectful.
Yeah. And the reality is,
if I didn't see you though, who knows?
Exactly, that's my point. If I reinterpret and say they didn't even see me, or they didn't recognize me, or they didn't have their seeing glasses on,
Right.
I can't see far away. If
Sure.
somebody waves from me across the street and I don't have my glasses, they're just a blur.
I've done that before. Yeah.
And also, maybe they're scared because they've waved before and they realize the person was waving at the person behind.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
Somebody goes,
Mhm.
hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And you're like, hey. And behind
I'm
you.
talking to
like,
someone else. Yeah.
oh, no, I'm not talking to you, bro. I'm
Right.
talking to, yeah. So, it feels a little shamey.
It feels kind of crappy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so change up your perception of what's going on to something that possibly doesn't make you feel bad.
Right.
Practice gratitude. Reframing is easier when you focus on the positive aspects of a situation, no matter how small. Writing down a few things each day in a gratitude journal is a great way to get used to focusing on the good. You ever write anything down in a gratitude journal?
Every day for many, many years. I'm talking about
Hundreds of years.
well, about 30.
30 years. Wow, that's phenomenal.
I'm a big fan of gratitude
You've
journal.
never missed a single day in your life,
Very few.
but you have missed some.
Yes, there's a handful of them.
Let's just be real. You've
Yeah,
missed
yeah.
at least one day.
Oh, more than that.
Okay.
I've probably missed about maybe 20 days.
Okay, there you go. That's a lot of gratitude.
But sometimes if I miss it in the morning, I'll do it in the
do you
afternoon.
write the same thing that you're grateful for every day?
A combination, yeah.
So, like, give us an example.
Well, I always write that I am joyful because I choose being a joyful person, that I'm blessing, that I'm grateful, that I'm loving,
That's good.
and that I'm accepting.
Nice.
And accepting is kind of what I'm getting is part of what we're reading about.
It is.
It's
but
like
what about gratitude? You write down, I'm
Yes.
grateful for my toenails or something like
Yes,
that?
yeah,
Oh,
I
you
do that
do?
too. Yeah,
So
I haven't written my toenails in particular, but
Ever?
not my toenails. No.
That's going on tomorrow's day. Because having toenails is really nice.
Toenail recovery is important.
Have you
Yes.
ever like dropped something on your toe? and had
Yes.
A black toenail?
Yes. Yeah.
Not fun.
No, not fun at all.
Yeah.
And kind of ugly too.
Yeah.
Very not sexy and not glam.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you put some like clear glitter on it.
I'm not.
You're not-
Are you a toenail painter?
No, no.
Me neither. Okay.
There's a,
Yeah.
I know some
I have
people.
friends.
I have friends that are too. And
Men.
men
You don't
also.
have to be gay or straight or whatever.
No,
You
but
can-
I
people
don't,
just like
I
it.
don't find it attractive on men at all.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Depends on how nice the job is.
Well, I just don't want to look at a dude's toes with nail polish on.
Some people find it very attractive.
Shrimpers and stuff.
Be
yeah.
open. Be open.
You're right. Maybe I'm a
Okay. All right. There we go.
little old fashioned here.
All right. So I write gratitude in my journal all the time. I am not as diligent as my brother Robbie. Lately, I've had years where I've been consistent day after day after day. I do write the date and the time in my journal so that I
You're
can look
pretty
back.
good. Give yourself a
I
credit.
do. I
You're
mean,
pretty consistent with the
I
gratitude
have-
journal.
I have at least 15 or 20 completed gratitude journals
Right.
in the closet
That's
right over
pretty
there.
good. Yeah.
Okay, so if you feel stuck on how to start journaling or creating gratitude lists, I've developed the Perceptual Shift Journal,
Yeah.
a companion book to this book, and you can get that on Amazon.com. Also designed to provide guidance and inspiration, but you can also use a cheap notebook or a journal that you can get at Ross or anywhere.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be fancy, but it's very transformative. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, me too.
Attitude of gratitude is where it's at.
Yeah. The rituals in the back of this book, you will see a whole slew of life-loving rituals.
Right,
Let me
right.
see if I could show it.
And
to you
I
real
think it's
quick.
good to try it or deny it, and it's very customizable. You
Yes.
know?
Practices
Right.
of life lovers.
Thank you.
And all these practices, you can put a check mark next to them, or you
Right.
can just look at them.
Sure.
But staying calm under pressure, nourishing your body, making time for fun, recognizing victim thinking when you're in the victim mode,
All of those are
which also comes from being blamed or shamed.
right.
And the question is this: if somebody blames or shames you, or gets angry at you, or judges you, or puts you down, the moment we let that into our hula hoop, we are volunteering to be their victim.
Right.
Do not volunteer to be their victim anymore.
Ding.
Don't do it, because
Don't take the bait.
you can't love life and be a victim at the same time.
No, and it's boring.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me get to the question, because we're getting very close to our time here.
Right.
This question is for you, Robbie. You
Okay.
answer first. I'll go second.
Okay.
And in the audience, if you're listening, you can answer for yourself too.
Yeah.
Is there a person, place, or thing that you can't control, and it's making you feel frustrated, hopeless, or crazy
Wow.
trying to control it?
Well, there is, and it's small. It's a little embarrassing because it's so small, but
Okay, before you get into it, let me just
okay.
append the question with this.
Okay.
How could you shift your focus about that person, place, thing, or situation by taking some suggested actions in this book and make the situation better? Okay?
Okay.
So what's the situation?
Get out of the problem.
What's the
into
person, place, thing,
solution.
or situation? And how could you use some tools to make it better?
Okay. This morning, I was looking at my phone after I wrote in my gratitude journal, and I recently got played on a Halloween show, a very cool one that I like a lot. It's called Punks in the Garage. And I am a punk, and my music is garage rock, punk, glitter. And so
Grunge or no?
no,
Not real grunge.
I'm not a grunge dude.
So garage rock is not grunge.
No,
Okay.
it's more like early 60s, like the Seeds and bands like that.
Okay.
So anyway, I got played on this Halloween show, and I was very stoked about it. I was like the second song to the last, but I was on it. And so I was really excited about hearing it. So they put the playlist up, and you could hear it. They had the thing. What's that called?
What thing? I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
So you can hear it, like you press. I'm so bad at the iPhone thing. So anyway, they had
The mute button or something?
no, they had a broadcast of it where you could a link, I guess is what it's called.
Oh, okay. So a link to the podcast,
To the show.
to the
yeah, to the actual show.
Okay, so right.
So I was really excited. I had my Life Lovin' Brew coffee, and I was very much in the mood to hear
Getting ready to hear
my cool little song. And then I pressed it, and I found the spot, and they said, and we have Robbie Quine from Hawaii, and his song "Night of the Monsters," and it skipped, like the intro, like the first maybe 15 seconds of the song.
It skipped.
It skipped
On the show.
on the show. Yeah. And
Wow.
I checked twice to see, did I skip it or was the effing
So
thing?
it was like,
Yeah, it was very herky jerky and kind of
very disappointing. So
And-
this is expectations, right?
expectations, and also mine was the only song that skipped like that. So if other people's songs skipped, I wouldn't feel so bad. It was out of 20 bands, my song skipped.
Right.
So I was like, gulp.
Disappointed.
Yeah, and I had a little moment. And,
Frustrated.
Frustrated.
Victim.
Sure.
Sad.
A bunch of feelings.
Hurt.
Yeah, and then I just
Angry a little
breathed
bit?
it.
Angry
Yeah.
That they never, looked.
Well, I was going to share with Gaza and everything, and then after the skip, I didn't want to share.
you didn't want to promote it.
No.
No.
So, but then I got to a little moment where it's like, well, at least I was on this very cool show on their Halloween special.
How long ago was this?
This was this morning.
Oh, this morning.
Yeah.
And weren't you just on a Kaku the other day too?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You've been on a lot of things lately.
yeah. And
You're famous. Can I get your autograph?
Thanks for sharing that. I mean, yeah, it's true. I do a lot of footwork and I enjoy doing my hobbies, which music is one of my hobbies.
Oh, yeah.
And I just got into gratitude. It was a weird thing. I was mad honestly for probably about 45 seconds.
This reminds
which
me
is
of
very short.
This reminds me of the time that you were upset when we did the podcast episode and something happened when you were playing and you're like,
Oh yeah.
what was it? You were just off beat or something, or I did a note and you did it later. You came in later.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And you got upset. You were like, please, I'm a good,
Yes.
I'm a really good musician. I don't want,
Right. Yeah, I was late on a chord and
something like that.
James wasn't late, so mine stood out
and he's a much better musician than me. He's been playing his whole life, so it was, to me, it was funny. But to you,
yeah,
I can understand.
I was mad at myself.
Yeah.
And
so listening to yourself with your song skipping, I can imagine is
Yeah.
upset. So how did you shift out of that?
I was glad that I was even on the show at all, even with a 15-second late thing.
How long did it linger?
It lingered about 45 seconds or a minute, which
But
is
did
short.
you come back up later in the day
No.
and think about it
No.
again and frustrated?
No, I'm sort of embarrassed that it even upset me at all. But for 45 seconds
That's
or
an
a minute.
incredibly short period of time.
Well, not compared to the 1 second.
Well, yeah. I mean, we both would like to be 1 second
Right.
people where we just feel bad for 1 second and then
Right.
we automatically
Yeah.
shift
Yeah.
right into loving life again.
So I spent a little bit a few more extra seconds. It was less than a minute though.
Right.
Which was
wow.
good.
That's phenomenal.
Thanks.
That's great. Okay. So you just did that out of having been using these tools for so long. You just knew that you didn't want to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And my brother often says, flick it off.
Right.
But what he's saying right here is he couldn't flick it off in 1 second.
Right. Right.
He wasn't able to just flick off feeling like a victim and feeling upset and
Right.
hurt. It took him 45 or 60 seconds before he could absorb, process,
And shift.
out of it.
Yeah.
The reality for both of us is we are so sensitive to feeling unhappy or uncomfortable that shifting becomes the only answer for us right away because we want to get back to loving life
Right.
as quickly as possible.
Yes.
It becomes very evident for both of us when something outside of our control is making us feel uncomfortable. It's different when it's inside of our control.
Right.
If I feel uncomfortable because I dropped a jar of ketchup and it exploded on the floor. I know that the only way for me to feel comfortable is to clean it up.
Right.
And I have the power to clean up the spill. But when it's something like this, a song that got messed up or whatever, it becomes almost easier because like, I can't control this. This is already done. It's finished. And I just don't want to have power over me.
Right.
Right? So that's a great example. Okay, for me, is there a person, place, or thing that you can't control and is making you feel frustrated or hopeless? This is going to sound really silly, but I have grandkids.
Mine was pretty silly. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can out silly mine.
I have grandkids, and I tried to be the best grandfather that I possibly can. I've been a parent to 4 kids, so obviously I have my own opinion on how to raise kids and what's good and bad and right and wrong and whatever. At the end of the day, I have to defer to what my son wants because he is the daddy.
Right.
I'm not the daddy. My son is the daddy.
Yep.
So recently I made my grandson a smoothie and I brought it downstairs. I put it inside one of his sippy cups, and the remainder of the smoothie that was in the container, I told my son, I'm putting this in your refrigerator if he wants more. It didn't have a cap because it's one of those blender cups that is a blender and a cup.
Right.
So you take the top off and you unscrew it.
Sure.
And it went in there. And later in that day, he sent me a picture of the smoothie that had fallen out of the refrigerator and spilled everywhere.
Oh, man.
And my first feeling was, once again, he's angry at me for something I did that was trying to be nice.
Right. I can understand that.
I didn't want to take responsibility for not putting a top on it. I had a lot of options. I could put it in another sippy cup that had a top. I could have taken it upstairs and drank it myself. But I put it in there without thinking.
Wow.
That my grandson goes into that refrigerator and he moves things around.
Right.
And I felt bad, ashamed,
Right.
frustrated, angry. I initially didn't want to take responsibility, which is a habit of mine, an old habit of mine. Blame somebody else so I don't feel bad.
Right.
And I had to process those feelings.
Sure.
And I didn't flick it off in 1 second.
Right. I understand.
So
Well, you made the milkshake with love.
I did make the milkshake with love, and my intentions were good.
Right.
But I didn't put a top on it.
Right.
So it says, think about how shifting your focus by taking the suggested actions in this book might make the situation better. So what I did, I wanted to respond to the text and say, listen,
Danger.
you're lucky I made him a shake.
Right.
You're lucky that you have
You
a dad
ungrateful.
that takes, But I realized I'm the one that's lucky
Yeah.
that gets to be with my grandson.
Sure.
He's not lucky. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's lucky. Maybe he feels that way, but I feel lucky.
Right.
So what I said to him instead is I said, I'm sorry about not putting a top on that smoothie.
Accountability.
Next time, I will try to do better.
That's awesome.
That brings me some humility. It takes
And it models for him.
taking responsibility.
Mhm.
And it also tells me next time, don't do that,
Right. Sure.
which is a living amends.
Yeah. You
Right?
stubbed your toe with the top. That's not the end of the world. Definitely.
So I will never stop shifting.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I
I
will-
agree. I want to shift until the day I croak.
I want to perceptually shift until the day I croak.
Right.
I'm stealing that from
There
you.
we go.
Okay, we can both be shifting until we croak. In any case,
We'll have a PS on our tombstone.
yeah, I hope this episode of the podcast opened your mind to the wonderful joys of taking responsibility for yourself, staying in your own hula hoop,
Right.
not accepting other people's blame, shame, anger, and learning to love yourself no matter what. It's so important. No matter what, I want to love myself and love my life.
Absolutely. Don't settle for anything less. Can we stick a link in here for the hula hoop life hack? I really think it'd be awesome for them to see that.
Yeah, we can. We can.
That
We'll
would
put a
be
link
fantastic.
in the life
It's
hack,
my favorite of
in the hula
James's
hoop
life hack.
Yeah, you'll see that in here. Again, we'll also have the link for our Saturday meeting.
Great. Fantastic.
And you can get the Zoom link in this meeting, but if you want to get the, what is it called? The password. If you want to get the password, you have to go on to, why am I having such a hard time here today? If you want to get the password, go to Instagram or TikTok, hit me up in the DM. I will give you the password. We only do the password thing because we don't want like spam or weird stuff coming on there. It is intimate. It is wonderful to go
it's got to be safe
together.
for everybody.
We want it to be a safe place. Yeah,
definitely.
Again, you can get the book on Amazon.com. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. There's other places online. You can get the book if you want a signed copy. Hit me up on TikTok or Instagram. I'll get you a signed copy of the book. And before we leave you today, we always end our episodes with
having a perceptually shifty little song.
That's right. Now, I know we did one to start off the show. This one is slightly different.
Completely different.
Well, you can be the judge of that. But the lyrics are definitely different.
Yeah.
You ready to make this happen?
I am.
Okay, bring it on. Now you've heard the Shift Show. Hope you got your mind blown. We'll be back next week with more to say. And if you are a seeker, buy the book, dig deeper. Take what you like and now go out and play. Have some fun, everybody! The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go.
All right.
All right, that's our outro song. And before we leave you, we want to remind everybody what life loving is all about.
Yeah.
Life loving is not about necessarily loving it when your spouse cheats on you.
Yeah.
Loving it when you get pulled over by the cops in that moment.
Or you get a flat tire.
Or you stub your toe.
Yeah.
Or any of that stuff. Because in those moments, it's normal for us
That's right.
to feel a little uncomfortable
Sure.
in our own skin.
And to process what's going on, and it's unpleasant and it's irritating and have all those feelings.
Absolutely.
But don't stay stuck in that.
Don't stay stuck. So the idea of life loving is that we aspire to love life even when those types of things happen. No matter what, we want to love our life till the day that we die.
That's right. Croak.
So part of how we do that is we say, I love my life out loud a lot of times.
We don't say it. We shout it.
We shout it. I say it throughout the day frequently.
I can testify to
Yes,
that.
it really is true.
You hear him like in the other room, like, I love my life.
There's a lot of power in affirmations.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And saying I love
and
my
the
life,
word.
Yeah, saying I love my life tells your brain.
And feeling it too.
that
Mix
you love your
it
life.
with the feeling.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So being exuberant when we say it, saying it and saying it really with a lot of emphasis helps us to really get into the life-loving
That's right.
idea.
Heart chakra, throat chakra.
If you want to love your life, do it with us because we're going to say it
right.
right now.
It's our little mantra around here.
On the count of 3. You ready, Robbie?
I am always ready for this.
1, 2, 3.
I love my life.
And thank you, everybody.
Thanks, you guys.
There we go. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa.